This is lesson 2.7 for pre-algebra, guess, check, and revise. Now this is a little bit different of a lesson. It's all about story problems. So on your paper, title it 2.7, problem solving. You don't need to write any of this down, I just want you to listen. It says, did you know that meteorologists use weather balloons to collect data? They use the temperature, humidity, and other data in mathematical models to bring you the daily weather forecast. As more data become available from weather balloons and satellites, for example, the models and therefore the weather reports become more accurate. So similarly, in math problems, you can make an initial conjecture. You can test your conjecture. If it is not the right answer, you can use what you learned from your first conjecture to make a better second conjecture. So let's write down what the meaning of conjecture is. Now, conjecture, if you see that word, write this down in your notes. Conjecture, C-O-N-J-E-C-T-U-R-E. So this really means an educated guess, which means you're making a guess. It is a total guess, but it's educated. You're putting some thought into it. It could be an actual answer. So it's an educated guess. So one way to solve a story problem is to guess, but then using that guess, you find out what the correct answer is. So here is a story problem. The theater club at school put on a play. For one performance, the club sold 133 tickets and raised $471. Tickets cost $4 for adults and $3 for students. How many student tickets and how many adult tickets did the club sell? So here's what they want you to do. Number one, look at the given information to make an informed conjecture. So how much does each type of ticket cost? So you're just jotting down some notes. So you could write $4 for adults, $3 for students. Okay, so we know that. How many tickets did the club sell for the performance? So they sold 133 tickets. And then how much money did the club raise from ticket sales? So they raised $471. So those are just some key numbers. Those are just the four numbers that we have up here. Some key points. Now it says make a plan. Make a conjecture and then test it. Use what you learned from your conjecture to make a better second conjecture. So when you make a conjecture for how many adult tickets, or a guess, remember a conjecture is an educated guess, so when you make a guess for how many adult tickets were sold, how can you use your conjecture to find out how many student tickets were sold? So pause the video and just make a guess. How many do you think, based on the fact that they sold 133 tickets? Okay? How many do you think? It's $4 for adults and $3 for students, and they raised $471. So just make a guess. Push pause, make a guess. All right, so on your paper, you made an educated guess. So let's say there were 20 adult tickets sold. No, let's do more than 20 because it's 133 tickets. So let's say 50 adults, and we'll say 83 students. So my 50 plus my 83 has to equal 133. So we'll look at it. If adults were $4 a piece, that would be 200 from adults. And then 83 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 8 is 249. So 249. So added together, that would be 449. I'm kind of close to my 471. Okay? So this is guess and check. You're guessing and then you're checking your answer. So in the book, you'll see they organized it in a table. So they said, okay, I'm going to guess 60 adult tickets and 73 student tickets. Well, that got me 479 or 459. So, if I have 459, I need to have a little bit more for my total. So 459, I need to be greater than that because it's 471. So then they tried 80 tickets and 53. Well, that got them too much. That's 479 total dollars. So it's just guess and check. You're going to have to do the guess and the check for all of your problems. So there were 72 adult tickets and 61 student tickets sold. This is how they found their answer. They finally got to the right amount, and they got $471. Kind of probably took them a little bit long because that's what story problems do. They take a little bit longer than regular problems. All right, so that is all for your notes for this lesson. When we come to class tomorrow, lesson 2.7 will be story problems, so be prepared for that.